The perimeter of a triangle is slightly more difficult. We have to break it down into two different parts. So here we have our flat parts, our edges here, our straight parts. And here we can break it down and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, each one of these is length of 1. So we're talking about the blue parts, the straight parts. We have a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I have to add up these diagonals. Now these diagonals are a little bit tricky because these diagonals, they don't equal 1. They're longer than 1. And what we're going to say for our purposes is that it's roughly equal to 1.4. Okay? So to calculate the distance from here to here, I have one diagonal, two diagonals. So my diagonal parts is going to be 1.4 times 2. Okay, and I do my multiplication. 4 times 2 is 8, carries 0. And 2 times 1 is 2. And in total I have one decimal place here, so I'm going to have one decimal place here. So my diagonals is 2.8. My straight part is 4. To find the total perimeter, I have to add these two together. And I'm going to get, lining up my decimals, I get nothing plus 8 is 8. My decimal goes there, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So here, my perimeter of this blue triangle is 6.8 units. Okay? Let's clear this up a little bit. Written this as the straight part plus the diagonal part equals the total. So I add these two together here. Let's look at this big greenish yellowish one. And I look at my straight parts. And the parts that are along the edges, I see I have here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 4. My diagonals, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay that they're on different sides. That's okay. They're all still diagonals. They all have the exact same distance. So my diagonals is going to be 1.4 times, what do I have again? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.4 times 4. All right, 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1 over. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And I have one decimal place, so I have one decimal place here. So my diagonals is going to equal 5.6. Remember, I have to line up my decimals. So I'm going to have nothing plus 6 is 6, because 0 means nothing. My decimal is here. And this 4 plus 5 is 9. So as the perimeter of this yellowish green one is 9.6 units. Last but not least, let's do this little brown one. And I'm going to see here in my straight parts, I have 1, 2. So the straight parts is 2. And my diagonals, D for diagonals, I have 1, 2. So I have 1.4 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. Carry the 0 over. And 2 times 1 is 2. I get 2.8, which is the exact same as this blue one's diagonals, 2.8, because there's 1, 2, 1, 2. So this equals 2.8. Add these two together, lining up my decimals. Nothing plus 8 is 8. Decimal stays there. And 2 plus 2 is 4. So this has a perimeter. These are the perimeter. Equals 4.8 units. Now one thing I want to mention is that sometimes you'll get triangles that look, let's say, like this one. Let's go here. Let's make this bigger so we can see it. I could have this triangle here. Now notice, these diagonals cut across the middle. They don't go from corner to corner. See, this we know is 1.4, but here to here, we don't know that yet. You'll learn that later on in your mathematical careers, so probably in grade 6 or 7. But right now, we're just talking about, we only know if we go from corner to corner. So there is a way to calculate this distance, but we don't know that yet. So for now, we'll only ever give you questions if we go from a corner to a corner. So this type of question we won't ask you. We'll ask you these ones where the outside goes from corner to corner. Okay, corner to corner to corner, corner to corner to corner, corner to corner, and corner to corner. Those are the only times we'll ever ask you for perimeter in these types of assignments.